Go out. It's an even start from the front row, but a good start also from George Wright in the Volkswagen Golf. Gets a good phase one. Phase two doesn't quite go his way, but immediately into the lead and trying to pull away now is Michael Rawlings. Late on the brakes is David Zakrzewski as they dive to the inside. So it's a BMW 1-2 and it's a very populated Old Hall corner. A couple of cars running wide, but everybody continues on, and somehow we've got to try and pick between them as they all arrive at Cascades at the same time.
Yeah, he's certainly doing. Looks like Michael Rawlings has already got the as George Wright has moved up into fourth position. So George Wright moves up into fourth position as it is Michael Rawlings in car 34, who is right up there, just ahead of David Zakrzewski in car 41.
Yeah, Lee Mabbutt in that Toyota Celica up into what is fifth place. George Wright got a good start, lost the rear of the car, I think due to lack of rear temperature down in towards Cascades. He was up into third, but then Ray Honeybone managed to sneak his way through on the run along Lakeside, over the crest, back down in towards Hislops, and is late on the brakes for Michael Rawlings. He will try and run away from the car of David Zakrzewski, and of course we saw David get a poor start earlier on. This time he nails the start. The first of the Miata Trophy cars is Declan Lee.
For them, as the field come through Lodge Corner and head towards Druids already, and they've got George Wright in fourth position. Right up beside him is the car number 777 with my Lee Mabbutt, the Toyota Celica in the white and yellow. As going across the line already is Jordan Honeybone, who's moved up into third position, as it is Michael Rawlings who leads the way.
It's all getting very close, and that's the battle for effectively seventh backwards. Well, it would be seventh, but Declan Lee's starting to run away up the road, so everyone's fighting over eighth place.
Yeah, and ahead of those is Lee Mabbutt in the Toyota Celica, who's moved up to fourth position, having overtaken George Wright in the silver Volkswagen Golf GTI on the previous lap, and Chris Reed demoted to sixth position in the 141 black and white Mini Cooper 197. Then we have 155, the Ford Fiesta MST, currently in ninth position as they now head back over Hilltop, as now this battle between Lee Mabbutt and George Wright continues for fourth position as they go back up Clay Hill, and hot on their tails is Chris Reed in the Mini Cooper.
It is indeed Chris Reed pushing on now and wanting to close in onto the VW Golf of George Wright as they head through Druids once more. And that Mini.
Lee Mabbutt then continues in the number 777 Toyota Celica in the white and yellow car, ahead of George Wright in the Volkswagen Golf GTI, then Chris Reed in the black and white Mini Cooper.
By way of our race leader, Michael Rawlings, we've not really seen him, have we? Because he's just started to run away, but that lead's going to get cut down as we've gone to safety car.
Yeah, we've just gone to safety car, unfortunately, with 35 minutes remaining on the clock, so that comes out of the pit lane now, and we'll pick them up down the avenue as the race leader, Michael Rawlings, comes across the start-finish line. Absolutely, and Matthew Aliat was going really well in the Porsche 944 earlier before the safety car came out. He was put in a really good race. He made up some positions during the course of the last couple of laps, and obviously race times now slowed by the safety car. Hopefully they'll be able to move the Honda down at Britain's out of the way. Going around that part of the race track as they now leaders going over Hilltop, and led by Michael Rawlings, who's led this race all the way from the start. He took the race lead between Cascades and Lakeside at turn 2 of this contest, and then David Zakrzewski has been in second position thereafter, which was the same running order as the previous
work has gone. It's all of that time spent trying to push for Michael Rawlings. Obviously what he will want to do is hand the car over to Jason Holyhead with a handsome lead, but that handsome lead we are going to be into the pit window, so we are going to have the opportunity for drivers to come into the pit lane, potentially under safety car conditions if the safety car remains out there. I have to say, fabulously impressed with Lee Mabbutt and Ashley Parsons in that Toyota Celica. They arrived this morning, or they arrived today as a guest entry. They were an amendment to the programme, and they've shown they've got the speed.
Absolutely. Lee Mabbutt, of course, in the white and yellow Toyota Celica that's already overtaken George Wright.
He didn't get a starting driver for that car, unfortunately. but the CNC recovery unit is normally an indication of maybe something slightly more serious, stuck in gear or something of the likes. But with that recovery operation going on, I say we're going to get another safety car lap. Yeah, safety car light's still on, which indicates we'll get one further lap behind the safety car. So once again, the MSVT Track Day Trophy celebration race, as you'd expect, runs off the same class structure, not only as the Track Day Trophy, but the Track Day Championship as well. So as for the Miata Trophy cars, they all fall into Class D, as they are all under or up to 125 brake horsepower per tonne. So the pit lane becomes very busy. Aside from the top two, Michael Rawlings stays out, so he's delaying his pit stop to Jason Holyhead, and David Zakchevsky stays out. But that could be a really clever strategy play, because now everybody in the pit lane is shuffling and vying for various space as it gets very congested. What they can